Hello everyone, RV Educational Institutions, Shivananda Sarma Memorial RV College, video lectures and ISR initiative. SMRV College, one of the premier institutes run by the prestigious RV group of institutions, has come up with a unique initiative to engage students at the time of this unforeseen medical emergency caused by the corona outbreak. As a socially responsible institution, we would like to connect academically with students to make good the losses caused. In this connection, I, Professor Divya N. of Department of Business Administration, has posted a video on the subject business research methods, and the topic covered is the second part of the previous video, that is the video about research report writing. In this particular video, we are going to learn the different steps involved in writing a research report. Kindly watch the video till the end and like, share with your peer groups, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you. So the steps in writing a research paper includes the following. Step 1, decide the objective. So before preparing the research report, the researcher has to take some time and think what is the purpose of the research. Is the research describing a particular phenomena or a situation, or is it explaining a particular process, or is it giving any recommendations, that is, it is using all the research outcomes as a recommendation to be followed by other readers, and or is it giving any persuasion, or is it persuading the reader to follow the guidelines or the recommendations given in the research. And the researcher also have to be clear about the purpose of what he's going to give out for the readers to read in the research report, and he has to stay focused on the purpose of the outcome of this research, or what is the information that the researcher is giving for the reader. He must be focused on that. So this will make it easier for the reader as well to see if this is the right, or is it the interest of the researcher, or is it the topic which the reader will be interested to know in detail. Step 2, understand your audience. The researcher must understand his audience. For example, the whole subject is about business research methodology, so I've considered the example of presenting an annual report. So, if the annual report is being formally written and is given for the stakeholders for reference, the presentation must be different. If the same annual report is used for doing the financial review, then the report must be given as a presentation, or the report must be delivered as a presentation. The next thing the researcher must consider is to tailor the language, use the right data, and use the supporting graphics for attracting the audience interest. And it is also useful to consider the personal communication style of the reader. For example, how do they write emails or structure documents will also reflect their preferences wherever possible. And the researcher must also consider what is the requirement. Should the nature of style, or the nature in which the research report must be presented, must be informal, or it must be in an informal tone. So it depends upon the readers. So adapting this technique will build rapport and make the reader more receptive to the researcher ideas. So the second step talks about understanding the audience or the readers to whom the research report is being written. So whoever is the reader, what is his necessity, or what is he expecting out of the research must be understood by the research reporter or research writer before preparing the research report. Step 3 talks about report format and report type. We all know there are different types of researchers that is being conducted. So before starting to write the research report, one has to decide the report format. That is, how is he going to submit the report? Is he going to just write the report, or he's going to deliver it as a presentation? And one also need to know how is he going to present, or how is he going to craft the research report? Is it going to be formal, informal, or financial, which will include numerical data about the monetary aspects, or the annual, or something relating to the particular period, information of a particular period, or is it going to be technical, a fact finding, or a problem solving report? So, depending upon each situation, the report crafting must be done differently. And one should also confirm if there is any templates that are available within the organization. So, these points, if the report writer considers at the beginning itself, will make it easier for him to finish the research report at the earliest, and also make sure he doesn't find any difficulties while writing the research report. Step 5 talks about gathering of data and required facts. So it is very important for the research reporter to gather all the facts that is going to support the research. For example, if a particular um, marketing manager is discussing about new promotional techniques for the business to promote its product, he need to have evidences or facts which will support him support him with the decision he has taken, and it will also help him to give more practical application of the promotional technique he has bought in for the entire committee. And the data also talks about whatever information that is being collected by the researcher to represent or to evidence the facts or to support the facts and solution or the outcome of the research. So one must start with collaborative project site and work out as needed. So one must also remember to cite sources such as articles, case studies, and interviews. So if you go through the uh, different formats of report writing, you can get to see what that references must be mentioned if the information in the current research report is being taken from a secondary source. So this is about step 5, where the researcher will have to collect the necessary facts and data that is going to support his research outcomes. Step 6 talks about structure of the report. So it talks about the 4 main sections of a particular research. So here it is the executive summary, introduction, body, and conclusion. Executive summary talks about a gist or a small paragraph about the entire research that is conducted, wherein the extra information that is relating to the tabulation of data, or the entire summary or the references or the citations will not be mentioned. It will be a small summary which will be giving a gist about what is the research and what were the results of it. So reading the particular summary, the reader will decide should he go further and discuss, or should he go further and read the remaining information, or he has got his solution, he has got his necessities fulfilled with the summary itself. The second part is introduction, wherein the researcher provides a context for the research and outline the structure of contents, and he also identifies the scope of the report and in particular methodologies that is being used in research. For example, if it's a sales demand report, wherein the marketing executive gives a report about what is the demand for, or what is the sales that is being there for the particular stream of products. So you'll have to mention the scope, what is the particular product of the company he's talking about, what is the market segmentation he's talking about where he's selling the product, and what is the duration he has considered for selling the products, etc. And how is he going to do that? What are the methodologies that is being used? The third section of the research report must be the body of the research, wherein it depends upon the writing skills of a particular researcher, who will have to consider all the information he has collected, all the data he has collected, and how he is going to present it. So it is the longest section of the report, and it should present background details, analysis, discussions, and recommendations for consideration. It also have to draw the data and supporting graphics to support a particular research. At the end, the fourth part is conclusion, which brings together the various elements of the report in clear and concise manner. And this particular conclusion must also lead to the further actions. It also has to help the researcher or the reader to make necessary decisions, or must solve the problems that is being faced by the reader. Step 6 talks about readability, how well the research must be presented for the reader to read it with ease. So the researcher has to spend time making the report accessible and enjoyable to read. If the researcher is working on Word, then there is an option of navigation pane which is going to help the reader in a very good manner, and it also helps the reader to go through the document with ease. And one must also use formatting, visuals, and lists to break up long sections of the text, that is using tabulation or that is using all the pointers that is available in a particular software, whatever the researcher is using, so that the big paragraph are cut into or broken up into small sections. Last step is to edit. Once the entire research report is ready, the researcher has to prepare the first draft and see with a bird eye, is everything is perfect? Is there anything that needs to be removed, or is there anything that must be added? If possible, a set of documents must be set aside for a few days before reviewing, or ask a colleague to review. It is always um, feasible or always good if you get the research report being reviewed by others before presenting it to the right authority. Thank you, everyone.